All right, folks, we're coming down the home stretch for sure because we now have the crew on the couch. And I want to talk a little bit about who these people are. I'm their probation officer. That's the first thing you need to know. But they are a good crew. And in fact, now that I think about it, this is only part of the crew because we've got some people that are in other parts of the world. One person I'd like to give a special shout out to is Micheline Murray, who is our diligent content creator, supervisor, extrapolator. She basically is the taskmaster to make sure that we actually express ourselves in a way that people can understand. And then she shares it out with the world and has an impact with it. So she's in France because we're a global operation here. And we've got some other people that are not here tonight. Robert Jackson, Rodney Miner, our TV and audio producers. So again, this is a team effort here. So when you plug into what we have here, we're plugging you into a team of people that have years and years and years of experience in a variety of different disciplines. Audio production, video production, content, copywriting, marketing. It's all here for you. I don't know why we're even having a conversation about whether you're going to join or not. You should just be like joining, as far as I'm concerned. But just to make sure that you get all the information and you make an intelligent business decision for yourself based on the facts. I'm going to talk now with my two partners in crime over here, Mia Zachary and Sylvia Henderson. So let me tell you a little bit about Mia. Can I tell the whole story?
No,
Okay.
no.
So I won't tell the part about when I first met Mia, she was an absolute mess. Can I not say, I didn't say that, did I?
You already said that. You already said it, so.
Actually, Mia was at a very special place in her life back when I first met her. She was on the cusp of launching a new product, and she was a little bit fearful about what it was going to take to launch that product. And she took a bold step and just went out and did it. And that was when I knew that I had made a special friend, because she got over her fear. Someone told me today, fear stands for forgetting everything is all right.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
different one.
Just
Okay,
remember
very
that.
different.
Yeah, there's a couple of different acronyms, but here's the point. I knew Mia was going to be a special addition to this team because I saw how she was willing to overcome her fear and move forward despite the fact that she wasn't certain of what the outcome would be. She actually ultimately went up and created a very successful Kickstarter campaign that allowed her to fund the first production of her product and was very successful with it. So Mia ultimately became a member of Village Connector first, and in the last 8 months,
Yeah.
she decided to roll up her sleeves and get really involved with what we're doing here by basically just volunteering herself to help move certain aspects of our program along. And she is in large part responsible for the fact that Village Connector education exists today. That is no exaggeration. You see, when I first met Mia, I felt like she was a mess. In the last year and a half, I realized I was the one that was the mess. And she was able to make order within the mess and get these ideas and these concepts out of my head and into something that you could benefit from. So in large part, you have Mia to thank for the fact that Village Connector education exists, and Sylvia Henderson knows that that is no exaggeration. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
all that you do, all that you have done, and all that I know that you're going to do. It's just fantastic to have you here sharing this experience with me.
Well, I really don't think that any of this would have been possible. Not my confidence, not the action, not the things that we've created, if it hadn't started with your vision of creating a global community to help humanity evolve. None of this would have been possible without your vision, Glenn, so thank you.
Well, I have to say that I think that the magic between Mia and me has been the fact that she saw the vision and thought it was a good idea and thought we ought to do it now as opposed to when I got around to doing it.
Okay, that's true.
But you have been instrumental and I mean literally just instrumental in making this happen, and without the support of people like you, Village Connector would not be able to have the impact that it does. So we're
And
what
I
are you trying to
really,
do? Oh, so let me just make sure that you understand something very important about Village Connector. Village Connector is a concept that I had in my head over 5-6 years ago. It's been a constant evolution. It's not just something that we just came up with and it existed. It's gone through a lot of trial and tribulation and evolution and morphing into different things. And a lot of people along the way have frankly gotten distracted by the fact that things change, almost as if change is a bad thing. So all I can tell you is that we are today the embodiment of what we should be, which is an opportunity for people to be the best that they can be at who they are and what they do, and to share their talents with others. And we're not going to apologize for the fact that the mission has been consistent, but the vehicle by which we're delivering it has changed over time.
Absolutely. I kind of liken you to a train. You started off as like a locomotive on wooden tracks, but now you're like the Shinkansen bullet train, and it's like, if you don't get on board, you are going to miss out on everything that the village has in store for you.
I think the better way to say it is that you added rocket fuel to the train, so now we're actually on track to get to where we need to be.
Well, here's the thing. You were the train. You had the idea for the train. I added the rocket fuel, but Sylvia, I think, is really the one for village education that we can say kept us on track. Because we were kind of like, oh, we're going to go do these things. And Sylvia's like, well, hey, not bad if you bring it in a little bit.
Okay, now the train, I'm thinking, okay, I want to be the...
Oh, the
All right,
motorcycle, okay.
So let's introduce Sylvia Henderson, who is one of the most special people on the planet. She has been with me for going on 8 years now?
I don't know, it's
It's been a while. It's
seemed
been a
like
long,
yesterday
long
and then-
time. But it seemed like yesterday. You're right. It was just like gone in just like a hot second. But you have had, more than anybody else in the room here, the opportunity to see the constant evolution of these programs, and how the mission of helping people be better at who they are has been consistent, but the technologies have changed, the philosophy, or the vehicle by which we're accomplishing has changed. Certainly the facility has changed.
Oh my gosh.
But the bottom line is it's always gotten better. And you've seen that. And because you saw that, you have gotten more and more and more involved, because you've become more and more and more excited about where it's going. And you, like me, have decided to roll up your sleeves this year and say, forget it, I want to be part of the team. I don't want to just be a member. I want to be on the team, participating in the decision making that results in us moving this thing forward. And so I've got two of the best people on the planet to help assure that we deliver quality service to our members, and I really appreciate you for that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
All night long, people have been using my phrases.
I heard that. I was listening. I was like, wow.
So,
I couldn't wait to get you up here to see what you were going to say about that, but go ahead. Let's hear it.
So, Idea Success Network is my world, and I help people get their ideas out of their heads and into action. So I already heard ideas to implementation tonight. Let's see, I've heard some other ones, but concepts to cash and all of that stuff. So I help entrepreneurs and small business teams do that. Get what's up here, because we get stuck in our own stuff up here. Get what's up here out of our heads, out of their heads, and into action. Business strategy, that comes down to marketing strategy, business strategy, anything that's strategy, and help you get all the big stuff down to synthesize it to something that helps people go to the, what do we do next? And a lot of people say, we'll get you to the next level. And so far, I help people get to the next step, because with those next steps, you get to the next level.
Bingo. A lot of people forget that there are some things that happen along the way to getting to the next level. And sometimes they're not sure what those things should be to get them. So that's why they end up being disappointed. They don't know that there are steps to get to the next level. And you show them, hey, look, if this is what you say you want to do, this is where you want to go. These are the things that have to happen for this other thing to happen for you.
And that's why all of this, we've been talking about how this gets going. You're a visionary. So you see 3 levels, and everybody tonight has been talking about how you help them see bigger. And including me. And we're actually a great example of, you've got great thoughts, but sometimes they're up here and you're not seeing how to get them out and going. I've got good thoughts, but I don't always see a bigger picture. And so when the three of us sit down to talk, we have to bring a recorder. We've already left about that. We have to record our conversations because we're like all over the place, but well, it's huge.
Well, I'll tell you, I am so glad we started doing that too, because we have not had a conversation since we started recording where there wasn't some value, not just for ourselves, but courses, ideas, TV show ideas. I mean, one of the TV shows that we did came out of a conference room chat that we had. We said, let's record this. And it became a TV show episode that inspired other people.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. You've been around long enough to know where this thing is going. What are you most excited about for Village Connector and the people that we serve over the next 12 months?
I'm most excited about all of the ideas that have been in the air for the last 8 years and have been worked on. They've all been one thing here, or one thing here, or one thing here, one idea here. That's been implemented. I'm most excited about now it's coming together into something that really can serve, and I can actually see it and touch it, that it will serve both locally and humanity. People have been using that term. I see things a little bit more concretely as now I can go from local to national to worldwide, and there's something concrete to do that. And just like with each of your programs and each of your evolutions, I'm content like ridiculous with books.
Yes, you are.
Jinx.
So there's the ideas and implementing. And so for me,
Let me stop you there for just a minute. Sylvia could have her own Amazon just based on the stuff that she has produced. So trust me, you've got to plug into some of what she has available for you. So all right, now go ahead.
So yes, I'm content heavy, and through now your medium, this medium of Village Connector Education, and the Idea Success Academy within the Village Connector Education, now all of the vision comes together, all of the content and materials come together, so to bring some order to the opportunities that are out there for me, and for the rest of the community. So I'm excited about that, about bringing it together. I'm also excited about some of the collaboration that already got talked about tonight in the audience. So there's some more possibilities. It just
There's
gets
always more.
crazy. Yes.
Always more. Well, you brought up two things that I think are really, a lot of things are important, but two I want to focus on. Number one, for me, it seemed like we've always had all of the puzzle pieces, but they were possible individually, but they made a much better picture when we figured out how to put them together and make them one cohesive picture. And Mia was a part of that. You were a part of it. Other people that are members and that have been supportive of the program have been a part of it. But it was a community effort. It wasn't Glenn. It wasn't Sylvia by herself. It wasn't Mia by herself. It was the communal experience that resulted in all these pieces coming together. And that is why Village Connector community is so important. It is about community. Nobody is an island unto themselves. No one could have done this by themselves. I'm a visionary, I'm a creative individual, but I floundered with respect to what it took to take that vision and have it become something that people could benefit from in the way that it currently exists. That took working together with others. Napoleon Hill, the mastermind principle. I had to become that principle as opposed to just knowing that it existed. And we've gotten better at that in the last 2 years, from the facility launch here and some of the things that we've done over the past 2 years to prepare for this moment, where now we're participating in the evolution of the education process.
And because this launch is specific to speakers, coaches, consultants, trainers, having been immersed in the speaking business and the training business for a long time, I just want to bring up the point too of how often we as speakers, and I'm heavily involved in several speaking organizations and leadership in them, we speakers work on our own. I mean, for the most part, we don't, if we're in our own business, we're working in our home office or we're working in an office environment in a shared space like this, but we work alone to develop our programs. We work alone to figure out our speeches and pretty much alone to present them. we need to get out of our own heads, using my phrase again, we need to get out of our own heads and be with other people in order to be better speakers, in order to build our businesses to another level. We need to get to these resources that we don't have available to us, or they're exorbitant if we go look for them on our own. And just, we know we should be doing some of the things that we should be doing, but we don't because, again, working alone, we're the business developers, we're the marketers, we're the social medians, we're the presentation people, and we're the schedulers and the whole bit. And so all of these resources have made it realistic for me as an implementer now to get something that I've been planning on doing for 2 years, like get your content online. Okay, great, there's all these ways to do that. And it's been the last 3 weeks that I finally got the first of the many courses I plan to do online, thanks to Village Connector Education, thanks to all the things you're doing.
Now, I have to say that of all the people who have come up here and shared their stories with us, I am most excited for you because of that library of content that's just waiting. People are just waiting for you to share that. You are going to be creating an asset in your business with every course you put online. And it's going to be an asset to humanity that you're able to share it through those online courses. Because all that knowledge doesn't do anybody any good until somebody is exposed to it. And so the bottom line is that online courses is one of the easiest ways to get that done. So you have the ability to be the poster child for this whole program. You've got content, you've got knowledge, you've got wisdom that is packed away in the garage. And
Literally.
we finally have a way,
Yeah.
finally have a way for you to uncrate it and make it available to people who have wanted and needed this for years.
Now that's my strength. Your strength and what you're offering is the marketing end of things, because all that in the garage or online doesn't do squat unless people come see it.
Exactly.
And people know about it, and that's probably the thing I need the most help with, and that's what's being offered with the Village Connector package.
Exactly. Well, one of the things that's really exciting about what we're doing here with Village Connector is that we are aggregating some of the best talent anywhere. All these speakers and trainers and coaches coming together in harmony with each other. And then we're able to create some economies of scale with respect to how we go out and market. Imagine if all the speakers had to go out and take out ads and do social media and do all these things individually, all trying to draw the same attention, versus working together in a communal environment where we're bringing anyone that's interested in personal development, health and wellness, professional development to one place to get it. That is the beauty of what we put together here. And I'm telling you right now, I don't even want to tell you what I'm excited about for the next 12 months, because that could be a whole nother show for another 3 hours. But let me turn the tables and go back to me and ask you, what are you most excited about to see happen over the next 12 months?
Well, as anybody who's still in the live audience can tell, and anybody who's watching online, I'm bookmarked by two very strong personalities right here, two very natural speakers. So what excites me about Village Connector Education is the fact that there's still a place for me. Someone who's still new to public speaking, someone who's still new to motivating. There's still a way for me to show up, to be of service, to give value without having to be physically present. You know, it's really nice that I don't have to necessarily sit on a couch and be as eloquent as you two. You know, I can create a PowerPoint. I can sit in the dark and create an audio where nobody has to see me. I can create, you know, an ebook or a series of articles or those other things. So I think what I really love about Village Connector Education is how it embraces everyone, no matter what level they're on. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, that's a wonderful recognition of the different ways that we have the ability to have people fit. And that's so important, because a lot of times people are always on the outside looking in, because whatever it is that they're being instructed to do doesn't really fit their personality. We have the ability to help you find a vehicle that allows you to best express your talent and to share it with others.
Exactly.
And to earn an income when people benefit from what you know.
Ah, now see, that's the other thing I'm excited about
I
is
know
that
you are.
you know, one of the things that we do here at Village Connector Community is to teach people through Glenn's Bold New Economy course how to go from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And what that really comes down to is always, always, always having more than one stream of income so that you are not relying on a single source. So I love the fact that Village Connector Education is going to allow so many people to do a one and done. You create the PowerPoint, you create the audio, you create the ebook, you put it on the platform, we promote it for you. We market it for you. We, do your press release and your promo video and your interview and tell everybody in the world that this is available, and all you have to do is rake in the cash.
Exactly. But the reason you rake in cash, though, is because you're delivering value to people who are benefiting from what you shared.
Absolutely.
When you have it up here,
absolutely.
only you have it. When you put it in an online course, the world has it.
And they have it 24/7.
Exactly.
I mean, I am a night owl. I have taught classes at 3 o'clock in the morning to an audience in Australia before, but now with Village Connector Education, I don't actually have to be there. They can
I've
just
also
go to the
called you
webinar.
at 3 in the morning and told you to go home, too.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, I'm going to reserve what I am most excited about for another day,
Okay. Okay.
because I'm not sure that I'm ready to share it.
No problem.
But what I
Are
am
you
ready
ready to share how people can get involved and be part of this Japanese bullet train to success?
I am ready to share that.
I'm so glad.
So when we come back, we're going to wrap up by introducing you to the ways that you can become part of the family, part of the village. So we'll be right back.